Hello everyone, welcome to Distinction Learning Platform, and in this video we are going to look at one of the most important topic in mathematics, and this topic is bearings. Okay, so make sure to subscribe, share this video, and like the video. Great. So now we are going to look at this topic called bearings. Okay. So bearings is one of the most important topics in mathematics. Okay, whereby whether you like it or not, you will find examination questions specifically in mathematics paper 1 and bearings. Okay, so it's very important to understand what bearings are. So by definition, bearings refers to the direction of movements. So by definition, okay, bearings refers to their direction of movements. Okay, so what does it mean when we say the direction of movements? Okay, so the direction of movements, we are talking about how something is moving or rather rotating. That is why it is very important for one to know, what is required, or rather the points which you are supposed to take note of under bearings. Okay, so now points to note under bearings. Points to note. Points to take note of if you want to be solving questions, all the questions under bearings. Okay, so the first point is that bearings, okay, are always indicated using 3 digits. Okay, so bearings are always indicated using 3 digits. For example, e.g., okay, this basically means that, okay, when you find the final answer, the final solution under bearings, basically it's supposed to have how many? 3 digits. For example, this is 242 degrees, okay. This is 108 degrees, like that. Okay, but one might be wondering, or rather have a question to say, what if you say, suppose I find my final solution, in this case the angle or the bearing, which is maybe say suppose found 32 degrees. What am I supposed to do, since I've said bearings are always indicated using 3 digits? So basically what you're supposed to do is to add a 0 to the front. Okay, you add a 0 to the what? The front. Always you add a 0, provided that you found 2 digits. Okay, so you always add a 0. And note that we don't basically add a 0 to the what? The half part. Okay, we don't add a 0. We normally add a 0 to the front of the number. So this is 0, 3, 2 degrees. If you find one number, say 7 degrees, you add 2 zeros like that. So you add 2 zeros like that. So bearings, they are always indicated using 3 digits. Another point under bearings is that in reading bearings, we read each digit individually. Okay, meaning, like, for example, this is, you can't say bearing 242 degrees. This is read as 2 bearing 242 degrees. If it is 250 degrees, you can't say 250 degrees. No, when you're reading bearings, we read each digit individually. So you are supposed to read this number as in 242 degrees, digit by digit. So you're supposed to take note of that. Another point, okay, which is very important, okay, this one is very important, okay, in bearings, okay, are always, okay, measured in a clockwise direction from their north pole. Great. So bearings are always, okay, measured in a clockwise direction from the north pole. What does it mean? If you look at the compass, it has got, 4 good directions. We have got the north pole, south, we have the west, as well as the east. But in this case, our main interest is the what? The north pole. So if you look at this statement, which is saying bearings are always measured in a clockwise direction from the north pole. Our interest is this north pole. How is it measured? It is basically measured from the what? The north pole. So this is the north pole. And how do we move? We have got, the directions, two important directions. We have got the clockwise direction. This is clockwise, and the opposite is the anti-clockwise direction. The anti-clockwise direction, that's the opposite, like this. If I'm moving, then I'm going like this. This is the what? The clockwise direction. But our interest is the clockwise. So we will be moving when you're measuring bearings. When you are making a measurement, you move from the north pole, going where? In a clockwise direction. And note that our interest here is the north pole only. You're supposed to take note of that. Then the 4th point, the weight from. The weight from. Okay? The weight from. So the weight from is used to show where we do our measuring. Okay? The weight from, okay, is used to show where we do our measuring. Okay? So always remember that the weight from is used to show where we do our measuring. Okay, so how, or what does it mean? Okay, you understand what I mean in the example. So for example, okay, for example, okay, for example, consider the following. This is point A, this is B. Okay? Find the bearing of first one, A from B. Second one, B from A, like that. Okay, so want you to, to understand, especially on the word from. Okay, so this is the question. Consider the following, okay? This is the question. Find the bearing of A from B. So if you look at this question, what we want, okay, is I want to show you guys how basically you can be able to take the measurement, or rather how the measurement can be done. Okay, good. So solutions. Okay, so we want to solve the first one. Okay, the first one, this is a line A, B, and the question is saying A from B. So look at this. The word from is used to show where we do our measuring. So if you have a question like A from B, it means where are we supposed to take the measurement or the measuring? Is it at A or B? So in this case, the word from is used to show where we do our measuring. So if it is A from B, basically the last, it can be a town, it can be a village, it can be a point. The last point, that is where we are supposed to do what? To take our measuring. Always like that. So in this case, our last point is this point. But what are we supposed to do? Remember that bearings are always measured in a what? Clockwise direction from the North Pole. So here we are supposed to draw a northing. This is our northing, like that. Why drawing the northing? The reason is very simple, because bearings are always measured from there. What? North Pole in a clockwise direction. So if the question is A from B, we are moving from what? B, going to point A. But in this case, we have to move in a clockwise direction. This is a direction. Going to point where? This is where our A is. So whatever movement which we've made, that is the angle which we are looking for. I'll call this angle X, like that. So basically, this is how you're supposed to do the measuring. Okay. Let us look at the second one, which is in B from A, like that. So our line is A to B. Remember, the word from is used to show where we do our measuring. So we are moving from point what? The last point. In this case is A. So at our A, always we have to draw a northing, like that. Okay, so this is our northing, like that. Okay, so this is our northing, like that. Okay, good. So this is where our northing is. We are moving in a clockwise direction, going to point B. So we move like this. Wow. So whatever movement, whatever angle which I've made, that is the one which I'm looking for. I'll call this as the X degrees. So basically, that's how you, in terms of making the movements or the measurings, that's how you do it. So it's very important for you guys to know the points. Okay, supposed to know them by heart. Great. So now let us look at some of the concepts which we can be able, to apply in solving questions involving bearings. What are these concepts? Let's go. Okay. Some of the concepts, important concepts. Okay. We know we'll be finding angles. Okay. Finding angles. And what are these concepts? Okay. What are these concepts? Okay. Good. So one concept is that angles on a straight line add up to 180. Angles on a straight line adds up to 180, like that. So if this is a line, so long as it's a straight line, the angle A, this is 180. This is a line, it's a straight line. The angle there is what? 180. This is a line, straight. So long as it's straight, the angle is what? It's add up to 180. Okay? Meaning, okay, whatever that I have here and whatever that I have there, if I add up, they are supposed to give me a what? a 180. If this is A, this is B, meaning A plus B should give me what? 180. The whole of this line. Okay, great. So angles on a straight line add up to 180. Okay, so now there another one which is important is this. This is a circle called a complete revolution. Okay, a complete revolution. Okay, so a complete revolution, basically this, the whole of this is add up to 360 degrees. Okay, if we cut this, we have a semicircle, isn't it? Two semicircles. So meaning from here up to here, this is 180. From here up to this is also at 180. Such that if we were to add 180 plus 180, we will get 360. You're supposed to know that. Again, if I were to cut this, okay, meaning this will be 90, this will also be 90. The other one, 90. That other one is what? 90. If we add, you're supposed to get 360. It's very important. You're supposed to know that. And then, two alternating angles are equal. This is, it's more like it's making letters Z, if you look at it. So if this angle is X, this angle is also at X. Meaning, these angles, they are the same? They are the same, okay? Similarly, if I have this, meaning this angle, the angle that I have here, if this is Y, and as well as this angle and that angle, they are the same? They are the same. Two alternating angles are here. They are the same. This angle and that angle, they are the same. That angle and that angle, they are the same. Angles on a straight line, they add up to what? 180, like that. Okay. Supposed to know that. It's very, very important. So make sure to like the video, share the video, and also look for more videos on bearings, especially on solving examination questions. Thank you so very much for your attention.